It gives me great pleasure to introduce our honorary degree recipient, Charu Desodt, to whom we award an honorary degree, doctorate. A visionary within the video game industry, Charu Desodt is an esteemed studio director and engineer who makes award-winning games and is passionate about increasing the professional female presence within the gaming sector. Charu received a BSc in Mathematics and Psychology at Royal Holloway, University of London, with the goal of being a consultant. Initially beginning her career in finance, she realized this wasn't for her and returned to university to pursue engineering before pivoting to creative arts. She states, growing up in the 70s and 80s, I had never even heard of game development. IT lessons were about using Word, learning to type and paint. I was 18 when I was introduced to the internet. Luckily, my first engineering job was at PlayStation, which opened up a new world, and I've never looked back. She became the first female engineer hired by Sony PlayStation's London studio, where she created the original prototypes for SingStar. The game won a BAFTA for originality and became a billion-dollar franchise, selling over 30 million copies worldwide and redefining how we play, ushering in a new era of inclusive social gaming. In 2012, Charu joined Microsoft and helped set up and define the experimental gaming Lift London studio, where she served as senior producer. In recognition of her innovative work as a video game engineer, she was honored as one of the 2014 BAFTA Breakthrough Brits, a prestigious BAFTA initiative that celebrates up-and-coming British talent within entertainment. Charu went on to lead production at Xbox experimental game studio, Lift London, and later became production director at BAFTA-winning Preloaded, developing purpose-driven games for clients including Google, Disney, and the BBC. She's now studio head at Interior Night, an independent studio focused on emotionally rich narrative games. Their debut title, As Dusk Falls, was showcased at the Tribeca Festival in New York and received critical acclaim, earning over 30 nominations and 6 wins, including the Games for Impact Award at the Games Award. When asked how she feels her practice has evolved over time, she says, gamers are often early adopters, and everything in games is constantly evolving, from the devices to the genre technology, to the technology, all the way through the players themselves. My job is to evolve too. She continues, I used to be timid and listen to others' opinion, but now I care much less and realize that success comes from being bold enough to voice your vision and work towards it. Charu's influence extends beyond the games she makes. She is a BAFTA Breakthrough Honorary, winner of the Develop Diversity Star Award, and one of MVC's top 100 women in games. She sits on the BAFTA Games Committee and is a jury chair for BAFTA's Games and Breakthrough programs. Last week, she was appointed to the UK Video Games Council, an industry-led body advising government on policies to make the UK the best place in the world for creative innovation. Throughout her career, Charu has championed diversity, representation, and equity in the games industry. She speaks at major events including GDC, Console, and the European Women in Games Conference, and leads the production summit at the Games Developers Conference in San Francisco. Her advice to graduating students is, it is not the destination or even the journey that matters, but who you become on the way. This helped me understand why self-belief and a clean conscience are your greatest assets. I'm delighted to ask the Chair of Governors to confer the Honorary Doctorate of University of the Arts London on Charu Desodt.
Thank you for that generous introduction. It is a huge honor to be celebrating this day with you all and to receive this award. To the class of 2025, you're graduating from one of the finest art and design institutions in the world. Congratulations. You've reached the end of one journey and the beginning of many more. I'm incredibly lucky to have grown up within the games industry. I started my first job in 1999 as a games programmer, and I still remember the first day. Reactions at that time were unfiltered, and all of my introductions to the team ended up being very awkward. First, there was the surprise that I was a female coder, and then the sincere question of, was I any good at my job? Quickly followed by confusion on my part and the sincere question back, why wouldn't I be? At another time, I found myself being slowly institutionalized. I became familiar, dependable, invisible. Promotions and raises fading as the years rolled on. Then there was the workplace, where a culture of healthy competition was code for Game of Thrones, minus the dragons, but with just as many knives. Another studio thought employees were batteries, to be drained and replaced. Humanity came second after profit margins and productivity spreadsheets. These have been real challenges in my career, which I have loved so much. So why am I telling you this? Because you will collect your own versions of these stories. You'll walk into studios, agencies, collectives, and not all of these places will nurture you. That is your job now. And with great responsibility comes great power. And I try to take every opportunity presented to me. Today, I run a studio, I work with BAFTA, and I sit on the UK Video Games Council, where we collaborate with the government to grow and support the creative industries. And that's why I'm speaking to you, as graduates of the LCC, as artists with power. The power to change who sees themselves reflected, included, and heard. You're not just entering the industry, you are becoming it. And now I want to ask something of you. That you join me in building a better community for everyone. Ask the deeper questions and take an interest in how you can enact systemic change in your industry. Improve working conditions, government policy, the lack of investment, and which projects are given money, so that a career in the arts isn't just for the privilege of a few, where games entertainment are made by everyone, for everyone, because we don't just need more artists, we need all of you, but as individuals. Thank you again, and once again, congratulations.